Okay, hello students. So this video is for class 8 social science. So this video is a continuation from last part, that is your natural resources which we have started. So today we're going to discuss with the soils found in India. So basically there are 6 types of soil which is found in India, that is your alluvial soil, red soil, black soil, lateral soil, mountain soil and desert soil. So alluvial soil, alluvial soil is found in the most part northern part of India and the coastal regions. This soil has been formed due to the deposition of silt and sediments which has been brought by the different edges, and this soil is very fertile and it's very good for growing crops, right? Next is your black soil. This black soil is found in the northeastern part of your Deccan Plateau, and it has been formed due to the weathering of the lava rocks, and this soil is very good for growing cotton, right? Next is your red soil. So this red soil is found in the southern part and eastern part of India, and since it is name suggests that is in red in color, okay, this red in color, and it's very rich in iron, okay, and that's why it is red in color, okay, and this soil is very unfertile for growing crops, right? Next is your lateral soil. So this lateral soil, you can see it is found in this region, okay, and mostly it is found in the hot and tropical region, okay, and due to the high rainfall, the minerals are weighed away, okay, and leaving only behind the unfertile soil. And what happens, this soil has been formed due to the weathering and leaching of the parent rock, right? Next is your that is your mountain soil. So this mountain soils are found in the hilly areas and the mountain areas, and this soil is very rich in humus, got it? And this soil is very fertile, and most of the plantations like tea plantations, coffee plantations and your spices are grown in this region, right? Next, your last one is your desert soil. Your desert soil is found in the Rajasthan region. These areas receive very less amount of rainfall, that's why the soils are very loosened, isn't it? So it cannot hold the moisture in it, so only not only even there is no agriculture done in this soil, okay? So that is about the soil. Now next is about your soil conservation. So there's very necessity of to conserve the soil, isn't it? So since we are depend upon the soil, so there are various measures to control the soil erosion. Number one is your afforestation. So afforestation means planting more trees, isn't it? So mostly in the barren lands, which lands are not been utilized, we have to grow the we have to plant the trees, isn't it? And mostly in the deserts and the coastal regions, we have to plant a tree in a row wise, okay, and that is called your shelter belt also, okay. Strap cropping. So this strap cropping is another method where the crops are grown in a long narrow patches in a form of straps, okay, and this is mostly used to control the movement of the winds, okay. Next, your counter plocking is done mostly in the hilly areas where the land is been dig or been ploughed across the slope, okay, and this they form a natural barrier along the slopes, isn't it? So it is used for control the water flow, okay. Next, for growing fodders. Your fodders, if there is a more fodder grown, then we can give more fodders to the animals, isn't it? Then the overgrazing will be stopped, isn't it? Because overgrazing will make the land very infertile, isn't there? Will be no plants, then the wind can easily wear away the minerals from the soil, right? Next, your terrace farming. It is somewhat similar to the counter plocking only. It is also practiced in the hilly region. So in the terrace farming, what happens, the slopes are being cut down, okay, in a form of a step, and they form a horizontal land, okay, and they form a plain lanes where they grow the crops, okay. They also form a stone bunds and trenches along the contour areas, okay, got it? And this method is also used to take the flow of water, right? Next, your rock dams. So rock dams is another method where the rocks are being piled up, okay, they are being piled up in form of a wall, and this is mostly utilized to check the overflow of water, okay. Then next, your crop rotation. So crop rotation means growing different types of crops in a different timing, isn't it? Throughout the year, if you're going to grow only one type of crops, then that crop will make the soil infertile, okay. The fertility of the soil will be very low. So in order to make the soil fertile, we have to plant the crops in a rotation wise, okay, got it? So that's all about your conservation method and all. So next, your water, okay. Water is very essential for living, isn't it, is another source. So there are about 71% of our earth has been covered by the water, isn't it? But still there is a scarcity of water in all over the world, isn't it? People are facing lots of problem because of the water, isn't it? Because only 2% of the fresh water is available, and among that also 1% is present in the snow and the glacier. So that means only 1% is present in the earth. Okay, so this water consumption, so since the population is increasing rapidly, so there is a demand of water, isn't it? And that's why the world is facing water scarcity, right? So what happens here, the humans are what they are using water bodies as their dumping ground, isn't it? Most of the toxic products from the industries, from the domestic areas, are being dumped to the water bodies, isn't it? And due to which the water has been contaminated, right? So water in our India. So if you see the water in India, then our India receives rainfall from the monsoon wind, that is from June to August. Okay, end of August. So after that, most rest of the month there will be no rainfall in our India, isn't? So our whole population is dependent upon the monsoon wind, right? So as due to which the various most of the states, they are facing water scarcity, like your Rajasthan, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and all. Okay, and to deal with this problem, there are various method has been formed, like a multi-purpose projects has been formed. Okay, due to which the water is being supplied to the agricultural, domestic and industrial purposes, right? And plus due to this project and all, even the hydroelectricity power also been originated, right? So now next is about your conservation of the soil. So there is a demand, there is a urgent demand of conserving this water. Okay, since water is very very essential for us, isn't it? So there are various methods to conserve the soil, conserve the water. Number one is your domestic control in the domestic uses. Okay, so whichever areas in your domestic areas the water is being wasted, so that area has to be maintained first. Okay, then rainwater harvesting. So we should practice rain harvesting so that we can collect more water from the rainfall. Okay, then water from the industries and all. Okay, whatever the wastage water has been emitted from the industries, we have to recycle it instead of dumping in the water bodies, right? Next, your efficient irrigation methods should be adopted. Okay, so more irrigation system has to be adopted so that the water can be supplied to the fields and all. Okay, and plus there will be no wastage of water, right? And last one is the afforestation. Okay, so more plantation has to be done in order to in order to maintain the climatic changes and all. Okay, so that comes to the end of your chapter.